Pregnancy is a unique experience. Unless you've gone through it, it's hard to know all of the different things that are going on. You've got your own emotional roller coaster and stress. You've got a partner who's going through their own things. And then life as you know it is about to change. I know that when we went through pregnancy, I felt a little lost. Sure, I had family members and friends provide advice, but it was such a strange experience. I had never even really been around children before, let alone understand what I was about to go through. In this video, we're going over some pregnancy tips for dads. Let's get some practical advice for expectant fathers to navigate this journey. And what a journey it is. Hey guys, I'm Jason Kreidman and welcome to another episode of Dad University. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell so you know when our videos are uploaded. Also, it really helps us spread our message when you share these videos. So maybe you know a couple people that might enjoy it, please share it with them. Here are some pregnancy tips for dads. This is my advice for expecting fathers. I do hope the information is valuable, but please leave some feedback in the comments section below. Number one, you are normal. Probably the most important pregnancy tip for dads is to understand and know that you are normal. You might be freaking out. You might be hitting stress levels that you didn't even know you could achieve. Your anxiety and emotions can be going crazy. Just understand that all of this is normal. Whatever you are feeling, you are normal. This is a big event in your life. For many, this will be the biggest event in their life, or at least one of the biggest. So I'm not saying that to try to make it worse or add anything to it. I'm saying that because it's totally understandable that you are going through all these emotions. This is a big deal. But I do want you to realize that as an expecting father, you are going through a roller coaster. Not only are you experiencing all of these changes and these emotions, but your partner is experiencing a whole bunch of emotions and changes. So yes, it can be really exciting, but it also can be scary. And so it is totally normal to have all kinds of these emotions, which means you are normal. Number two, be empathetic. If you're a subscriber to our channel and you've watched some of our videos, you know how important empathy is. Empathy is so important for dads during pregnancy. Being empathetic is putting yourself in another person's place. It's looking at a situation and feeling it and seeing it from the other person's perspective. An example of empathy during pregnancy might be that your partner is dealing with morning sickness and she comes to you and complains about how horrible she's feeling. A typical response might be, oh, you know what, it'll be okay. You only have to go, luckily you only have to go through this for a couple of months. But instead, an empathetic response, you're actually putting yourself in the position of feeling sick every morning. You're imagining yourself being sick every morning, and that's how you respond to her. So you might say something like, oh, man, that must just really be horrible to feel like that. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. That is an empathetic response. Learning empathy will really help you during pregnancy and beyond. It really helps any sort of relationship. It's going to help you with your partner, with your child, with your family, and even your coworkers. If you can learn to be empathetic, you will have better relationships. And if you learn to do it through the pregnancy, you will argue a lot less and really feel closer to your partner. Number three, you are in this together. Being empathetic helps drive this idea. And this is this idea that you are in it together. She shouldn't feel lonely, and neither should you. If either of you feel lonely, it's really a recipe for disaster. You really need to be supporting each other through this unique experience. Even though everyone will ask how she is doing, the pregnancy is both of yours. It is not just her pregnancy. It is a pregnancy for both of you. Yes, she's carrying the baby and has it much more difficult than you do, but the pregnancy is both of yours. You are in this together. I think because everyone is so focused on the female during this time that men often feel left out. They often feel ignored. And it's just not a good feeling. If you can mentally think of yourself as in it together, I think it becomes more of a shared experience, and I think you will enjoy it more. Number 4, get involved. So you realize that you're in this together. So what does that mean? It means get involved. And this is good advice for expectant fathers for a couple of reasons. One, which is completely obvious, it's your child, so you should be involved. 2, you'll probably deepen the experience of pregnancy for yourself and probably enjoy it a little more. And then the third is that your partner will probably really appreciate it. And so that she's not going to feel like she's going through this process alone. Sometimes the lack of involvement in pregnancy by fathers is because it doesn't seem real. You know, the baby is growing inside of her and we don't get to experience that same bond that she has. But the truth too, I think that sometimes we are just so scared and confused that we think that if we get more involved, it's going to make our feelings and how scared we are even worse. And nothing could be further from the truth. If anything, getting more involved is going to help you feel better and more calm and excited about the baby. Get involved by going to doctor's visits, maybe going to pregnancy or birthing classes, and showing her that support. If there's something that she really wants to do, then make the effort to participate. She will appreciate it, but more importantly, in the end, you'll probably be happy that you did it. Number 5, worry about the emotional stuff, not the physical. So many dads, when going through pregnancy, ask me questions about the physical or tactical stuff. So these are questions like, how do I hold the baby? Or how do I burp a baby? Or how do I change a diaper? See, these are all tangible things, so I understand why men care about them. However, you'll become an expert at changing diapers pretty quickly. You'll hold the baby a few times and feel like you have been doing that forever. The physical stuff is easy. It's the mental and emotional stuff that is much more difficult. My advice to expecting fathers is to learn about the emotional well-being of yourself and your child. Learn patience, anger management, stress reduction. These are the concepts that matter. We have a lot of videos on our channel about these. The other stuff of changing diapers and the holding the baby, I'm not saying it's not important, but for the long term, the emotional well-being of you and your child is what's important. And when you can learn these concepts, you are going to be better off, and so will your family. Number 6, buy minimum necessities. When you're a dad going through pregnancy, there is this weird thing that happens. Well, it happens to moms too. You are shown all kinds of products, whether it's on a baby registry or you're told about products through your family and friends. And the problem with this is that everything sounds wonderful. But the reality is that not everything is wonderful or needed for you and your partner. You will buy more things than you really need. Sometimes it's hard to convince your partner of this, but my pregnancy tip for dads here is to try to be a minimalist. We buy so many things that are really about convenience, not necessity. Sure, get diapers, clothes, a bed. I mean, those are important things. But most of the other things are purchased out of convenience. If you can afford convenience, fine. But you shouldn't feel pressure to buy these things. A sound machine. They should be able to fall asleep without it. A bottle warmer. Room temperature is fine. Tons of toys. They won't even play with them for a while. And if they do play with something, they maybe choose 1 or 2 things. We spend so much of our money on things that we don't really need or we end up not using. Save your money and be a minimalist. Then when the baby's born and you decide that you need something, or if it is even for convenience, you can then make the purchase. If you're having a gift registry and everyone's asking you what to give you, money and diapers. Those are 2 things that you will use. Number 7, improve your financial situation. I gave the advice of buying minimally, which in general, the advice of just saving money is good. But on the other side, you should also consider making more money. Babies are expensive. They say in the US, the average child their first year costs about $13,000. And that doesn't include the delivery, which typically is about $5,000 to $10,000 just by itself. Can you work extra hours or get a better paying job? Is there some kind of side hustle you can do to bring in a little bit of extra income? The time to do it is now, before the baby arrives. Once the baby arrives, you've got other obligations and time constraints. So the best time to do it is now. I know people often feel stuck in their current situation, but use this child as motivation. Show your boss that you are worth a raise. Not because you're having a child, but because you are hustling and you are worth it. Or get that better paying job with better benefits. You want to improve your financial situation so that you can reduce some of that stress level that can happen when you have a baby. There are going to be multiple things that cause you stress before the baby arrives. Hopefully, these pregnancy tips for dads helped reduce that stress. You know, having a child is an amazing journey, and you have the decision to enjoy that journey, and that decision is up to you. It does take a mindset, it does take understanding a lot of these things, but I'm confident that you can do it. I would love to hear from you. Are you currently going through pregnancy? When are you expecting? Leave your feedback in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, you don't want to miss what we have for you in our other videos. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell. Also, if you know anybody that might enjoy this video, please share it with them. We'll see you next time.